Why is it that some people are making less than 2 or 3,000 euros a month with all of the online side hustles that are available right now? There is so much opportunity out there right now in 2024. And in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down and giving you 4 side hustles that could easily make you an extra 80,000 euros or more in profit in 2024 and beyond. And even if it doesn't, it allows you to spare 2 or 3,000 euros a month. The best part of it all is that you can start any one of these 4 side hustles without any big investment front. Because we of course want to focus on generating profits first, right? If you continue on your quest and you will take this as well more seriously after this video, then you will have the chance to earn upwards to 10 or to 20 or maybe even 50,000 euros per month with those 4 side hustles that I will basically share with you. So right now, the most important thing to do is just look this video, basically implement it, write down your notes, because this video is going to be action packed. So you can actually start implementing it right after the video, as only the action will lead to results, right? And my goal is to give you some more clear instructions so you can execute on it as well. So let's get into it. So ladies and gentlemen, the first side hustle I would recommend this year is actually becoming a reel editor, YouTube editor, or maybe even a product video editor for sort of editing for high impact content. You will be absolutely shocked how many big time content creators, like even big YouTubers out there, that are still editing their own videos, or they just have very sloppy videos when they edit them themselves. I can tell you that this takes a lot of time, and it might also be very frustrating for those people. For those people who are selling products, if I look at myself, we are editing our own product videos in the beginning that we are willing to test, and it's just costing us like a lot of time because we don't have the skill set to do it, right? You can take me, for example, back in 2020, it was when I was still editing my own product videos for my own e-commerce store, which is absolutely ridiculous, looking back, because I was making over 6 figures a month at that point. And the other thing is, I would just edit all the videos at that point in the same kind of style, because I was like, I don't need to have like a fancy editor to, sort and chop things up from it. I was looking at it from a whole different kind of perspective, and I was not attracting the right people, for my physical product that I was selling in order to even perform better. Because, the way how I thought about it was that it was costing me money, while actually I could have gained way more from it from that point. And from this point, I was genuinely probably losing out as 1,000 a month in terms of business, because my videos weren't boosted to the top of the algorithm in, for example, Facebook or Instagram, the platforms we were advertising on. As well as, they could have given me way more in return, and my retention wasn't as high neither. So it could have been way better if I had a good editor in place. And it took me also a lot of valuable time. Honestly, I wasn't the best at it. But yeah, don't get me wrong, I learned a lot from it. It's still editing basically benefiting me nowadays. But even for, someone, for example, who is creating YouTube videos, like a big YouTuber out there, or product videos, like a big e-commerce guy, they're making at least 10,000 euros a month. And they can very easily and would be happily giving someone like a video editor the money that they want in order to help them out grow the business, right? Or, for example, get more subscribers on YouTube. For 3 or 4 videos a month, you can ask 900, 1,000, 1,200, even 1,500 euros, which is a reasonable price. There is a clear return on investment, and it saves them, the owner, a lot of time. So, for example, you can go ahead and become a YouTube video editor for, current YouTube creators, and you can think about like very big guys. So yeah, like, ladies and gentlemen, these are so many incredible Skillshare courses out there right now that you can take in order to actually get that skill set. There are so many incredible YouTube videos out there that you can learn from as well, with just very basic editing, and you will be better than the person himself. And when you basically learn those things, it's very easy to edit as well TikTok reels by the end, right? Honestly, what I think, in this space of basically 1 week, if you start right now, you can get very good at it. Just editing TikTok videos, for example, YouTube shorts, you can stand out. And that's just another very powerful medium. And a lot of people are growing a lot right now through YouTube shorts, TikToks, because the attention span is so short that especially those things are going very viral. So if you can edit TikTok, for example, for people, if you can edit YouTube shorts for people, that's an absolute, it's a super easy win for you. And you can acquire that skill set for basically free nowadays, and it will take you only a week to learn in order to get basically to a point while you will earn more than a side hustle at the supermarket. And the thing is, you can, just grab another people's video. You can, grab their videos, repurpose it, and show them, you would have edited it. So, with just a few clients like that, it's very easy to make, anywhere from 3, 4, even 5,000 euros a month with actually being a remote editor from anywhere in the world, working with, just a couple of clients. Okay, number 2 on our list is to be a content curator. Now, this is a distinct from a content creator. A content curator is someone who curates what other people have already created. So there is a bunch of interesting ways of actually doing this. But if you are here and watching this video and you think it might take some time, it might actually take months or maybe even years, to start making the full-time income out of this, then you have got the whole money thing completely wrong. I can tell you that, because if you're not willing to invest the time in order to develop a skill set which is hard to acquire so you can stand out, this video might not be for you. But I can tell you, it's gonna take time, especially if you're trying to make stuff, in the content business or, for example, in the product business. I'll basically talk about in a second. It does take time, guys, to actually acquire a skill set that is hard to acquire. Otherwise, everyone would do it. So, for an example, let's take medicine, for example. This is a 6-year degree, right? And then you have, let's say, a 10-year training pathway, for example, in the UK. Then you will be making 3K a month, maybe 4K, or at the highest peak, 5K a month, right? So you can't really have the audacity, to say you want all this money and you want all this freedom and all this fun and basically the flexibility and stuff without also putting in the work for a very, very long period of time. But anyway, before starting this business to be a content curator, where you basically curate and sell all kind of stuff online, you need to know that you don't need any experience for building a social media account or, let's say, an online business, right? And that's going to be very interesting for those people who are not willing to show their face, because you don't need to be an influencer. You don't need to, need like the social presence, and definitely you don't need to have like a lot of fun and exciting life, to show off on your Instagram account. You can learn how to monetize your Instagram by making an effort to understand how basically the platform Instagram itself works, by putting in, the work which is required to execute the right activities at a very high level for a very long period of time. So that is going to bring us to the next side hustle, and this one I'm going to recommend will either be a fit for you or not at all, because you guys who are basically listening to this will either do it for the next year and you will be easily making, when you do it properly, 100,000 euros or even more. But for those who are not, who are maybe way too shy to even get started, is not gonna work like that, okay? So now online, there are a lot of bunch of people who have, let's say, different audiences and sell stuff. Take me, for example. I have an online e-commerce platform that's called brandingdomination.com. And in this business specifically, we have basically 2 sides. First of all, we help everyday people quickly start an online business and scale that up to 10,000 euros a month or even more in not too much of time. And we do that by building an online e-commerce business and actually outsourcing all the processes eventually, as we want to leverage our time, right? So that's basically the first side of the business. On the other side, of that business, we take existing store owners who are already having a store and basically are making already 5, 10, 15, maybe 20,000 a month. We will help to at least hit like 100K months in sales, of course, with their online store. We are basically providing here a complete done-for-you service to implement based on, what my team is implementing as well for my own stores. And, that's going to be with one click. So anyways, the reason I say this is because we have basically 2 sales reps for this service provided business. And both of them are making anywhere between 5 to 10,000 euros in a month, pure in commissions. So we have one rep who is really, just holding people their hands. And he's with me for a very long period of time already. And he is also able to basically answer all the questions that people might have prior to the call, on the call itself, before they actually join the program itself, right? Where we help you to understand how you go from, for example, 0 to 10K a month minimum. And then for the program that helps you go from let's say 10 or 15K to 100K and beyond, that program is application only. We actually have to accept you in order to get in. So, I need someone who is, let's say, not even really so much like, well, I guess neither are any of those sales reps. They are just people who you speak to in order to get into a program, right? That's basically the part of being a sales rep. On this side, it's just really, the people who have any final questions, and this person helps them clear up any of those questions that they might have prior to the call, to just give them, let's say, a bit of coaching as well. So that way they fully understand what it basically takes in order to succeed in a program like we provide, right? And on this side, basically, he's not a sales rep on itself. Also, he does, it's basically speaking to you, prospects who want to join and decide, hey, do we let them in or not? But as I said, the reason I say this is because there are a bunch of people out there who have incredibly well programs, right? That will help a lot of people. They have coaching, they have masterminds, whatever it might be. You get the point. But, they need all their time in order to make their products as good as possible, of course, right? To make, their program and the coaching that they provide as good as possible, to make their masterminds as good as possible, and all the other things, right? So they basically can't be on, let's say, doing sales or on calls with potential clients or prospects. So this is basically where you can come in as a remote closer or sales rep, and you can work anywhere in the world with basically earning a commission based on the sale that you generate. So these people are happy, to give 10, 15, or sometimes even 20%. Those are the business owners, to give 20% to their sales rep to basically help them with the service. And it's a very low of basically cost to deliver it. So long story short, there are businesses out there, and especially there are a lot of people in the education space, mastermind coaching spaces, that need those good sales reps. And they can work, like I said, from anywhere in the world. This actually does take a bit of time and practice, of course, in order to master it, as it's a high income skill. But not only can you make like 10K a month, you can get to a point where you're actually making 15, 20, 30K a month. And the thing is, you will get the leads delivered to you. You just need to close them. And the best part of it, if sales is fun for you, and you genuinely just enjoy speaking to people on Zoom, for example, and that you like it, right? And you don't want to worry too much about, let's say, service delivery or building a product itself, and you actually don't have to deal with all of that kind of stress that, for example, the business owner has, and you can just sell the products and you can earn the money. And there is still that excitement if you get that based fee as well, if they pay it on, for you to just bring people into their company. So there is still the potential to make any more and more and more, anytime, more and more money every single month. And there's always room to grow. So like I said, this will take a few months in training to get to a point where you are and you understand the process. But by the way, during those months, you can work for an organization for free as well, to just get the knowledge and to actually bring it into practice. And you can do that maybe with no commission, to eventually earn commissions within that company. Or you can tell them, hey, I will take half of the commission, for example, or a third of the commission, as you would normally pay someone otherwise. And this way, I'm basically practicing myself, you pay me, and this way we are both benefiting from basically the work that we deliver and the clients that I will bring in for you, right? So that's something that you can also discuss with, for example, business owner, in order to get paid maybe a small percentage while learning. So as I said, for a lot of you guys, that model will be very, very scary. So it's really just a hit or a miss. So the last and final side hustle is my absolute favorite, and that's basically starting an online e-commerce store. This is what I've done for the last 5 years while I was still in high school, when I was basically also working in a cook factory on a site when I started it. I built up my e-commerce store by the age of, it started at 18 and I built it up at 19. I was making over 100K a month for my online store by selling, just products I will never even see or even touch myself. And how this business is called specifically is dropshipping. You might have heard of it. Now, you might be wondering, what's the difference between, for example, let's say being a video editor or a sales rep? Well, the thing is, as an online store owner, you're basically the organization above the person who delivers it. So I will kindly explain what I mean by that. By selling products online, with, for example, dropshipping, you're actually selling without any inventory or stock required. And like I said, you don't even see or touch the product yourself, okay? And you're doing that through selling products in basically any country that you want. If you're not basically restricted to a specific country in order to do that. And those products that you're selling are proven products from other countries. So, you will basically then sell those in the country you're selling in. So you're not reinventing the wheel, and you grab those products, of course, from other countries. And, that's already been proven to work. So it can work if you're one of the few that actually selling them. And the good thing about it, which is actually pretty cool, is that you don't have to pay any basically cost for the product up front. So the only thing that you pay is basically the customers who've bought the product already for you on the store, basically where you're selling those products on. And here's basically, what you're gonna do in order to get there. You're gonna open up like a Shopify store, of course, which is literally the cost of $0 from the beginning, or maybe $1 a month right now. Then we will find winning products on basically countries that are also selling in a dropshipping style. And we sell them in our own country. I created a video on also how to exactly do that to find those winning products that are generating me over 100K a month in this video that is popping up right now. So then what we do, we use the copy app with a K. This will allow you to duplicate the product onto basically your own store from the competitor store with just one click of a button. And after that, after we have found that winning product and listed it on our own store, we will use Facebook ads to launch basically that product with paid ads to promote the products and drive buying customers to our store. It's basically crazy. There are teenage dropouts literally printing money by doing this. As dropshipping and e-commerce in general has a super low barrier to entry. That's also the reason why I started it while, just being in school and working in a cookie factory. Once we have found a product that sells for us, we just need to open up more stores by using the copy app again and duplicate our store within 60 seconds in another country. So we can then, just multiply and print more money with basically the product that has already been selling for us in other countries. And that's basically with zero extra effort. So, with this thing it is, the sky is the limit when it comes, to this kind of stuff. But let's go with an example. Like, you're getting a lot of basically orders, right? 10 orders per day, let's say, with an average selling price of, let's say, $49.95 on average. So we stick to the bare minimum in this example, right? And this equals 500 euros a day, 10 times, let's say 50 euros. Times 30 in terms of days per month means that you will basically getting 15,000 euros a month. But we will profit around 30 to 40% on average, which will leave us with the lowest end with 4,500 per month in profit. 4.5K times 12 is 54,000 euros a month in the bare minimum. So keep in mind, if you're doing this correctly, and you will get at least 50 orders per day, which will make you like 54,000 euros with already 250K in a year in pure profit. It's really a numbers game. And like I mentioned earlier, the entry to barrier is super low, as we don't need any big upfront investments. And we basically don't own any stock ourselves, because we only pay for the product once the customers have paid us. So we can basically sell in the countries like the US, the UK, Canada, Australia, and Germany. Also the Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, Norway, you name it. And you're not attached to like one country, because you can literally duplicate it within a second. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find out this exact process from A to Z on exactly how to execute this, the first link in the description is going to take you to a YouTube series where I have basically covered everything that you should know, and you can follow along by doing this. So don't worry, it's not like a webinar or opt-in or whatever. You don't have to provide any email or anything like that. It's literally, just gonna take you to another one of my YouTube videos where I will show you literally step by step on exactly how I have done this, how I have scaled my new store from scratch to 100K in 45 days. And there's gonna be no catch, so just feel free to watch it. I'm convinced that, having an online store is the number one and the fastest way to get at least to 10,000 euros a month. It's basically one that's the most scalable as well, as you can very easily reach 50, 70, 100K a month in actual profits within no time. And it's also the most hands-off, after, you have been, doing it for a few months or maybe years, and you have really basically the right men or women, whatever case it might be, to really take, your day-to-day stuff and the processes for you. So you can, focus on working on your business from that point instead of in the business. And that's basically how we then leverage, right? Now, I've laid out the 4 side hustles in order to, actually start a side hustle in this video. But there are plenty more, of course, as you know. Just get, creative if you want to try another one. There are so much opportunities right now if you look, and like I said, the easiest place to start is by just clicking the first link in this description. It's going to take you to a complete YouTube series, like I said, which I already recorded for you, which shows you exactly the best online business to start in 2024 and beyond, according to me. And I literally show you my step-by-step, like I said, how I went from 0 to 100K in literally 45 days from absolute scratch. So you can literally copy my strategies there. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you can do me a favor, just leave a comment below and let me know, which of those 4 side hustles that I presented today is actually interesting and attracting your attention the most, because it's important that you're gonna execute right now if you're actually willing to start a side hustle. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and make basically use of all the opportunities out there right now in 2024 and beyond. And as I said, I'm gonna leave that other video, that series, right down in the comments below as well. So yeah, go ahead and check it out. I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.